Welcome to Think Wide. Are you ready to explore the world with us? Let's get started.
Okay, if you're a school leader, you already know the old playbook for training new teachers just isn't cutting it anymore. So today, we're going to break down a modern framework, one that's specifically designed to mentor and, just as importantly, retain our Gen Z educators. Let's dive right in.
This is the question, right? It's what keeps so many of us up at night. We hire these incredibly bright, passionate young teachers, and then boom, within a year or two, they're just completely fried. It's a massive problem, but you know what? It is solvable. The solution really comes down to fundamentally rethinking our whole approach to mentorship. And this right here is the core idea. The traditional top-down model of I'm the expert, I talk, you listen, well, it just doesn't connect with a generation that truly values collaboration and purpose. The most successful mentors today, they act way less like evaluators and a whole lot more like coaches. And believe me, that single shift in perspective changes everything.
So, what really makes this new generation of teachers tick? Before we can even start to build a training program that actually works, we have to get inside their heads and understand their unique mindset. So, let's start there. Let's be really clear about something. Being a tech native doesn't mean they automatically know how to use technology for learning. Big difference. This generation craves purpose, so they're always going to ask why. They thrive on collaboration, and they expect immediate feedback, not some stuffy annual review. And these aren't just, preferences. They're fundamental to how Gen Z learns and stays motivated. So here it is. This is the crucial point. If you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. It's all about partnership. It's about doing the work alongside them, not just pointing and directing from afar. This idea is the absolute heart of the modern mentorship framework. Okay, so with that mindset firmly in place, let's talk about reshaping our training methods. We're going to move from abstract theory to the practical, day-to-day actions that get real results in the classroom. This slide just shows the shift perfectly. We're ditching those long, exhausting, theory-heavy professional development days that end with a binder full of PDFs nobody ever looks at again. Instead, we're focusing on short, punchy, 15-minute micro-trainings that are immediately applicable. The goal isn't just to learn something, it's to use it, like today. And here's what that actually looks like in practice. It's a really simple but powerful four-step loop. First, you demo one specific strategy. Then you let them practice it right there in a low-stakes environment. Next, they go and apply it in their own classroom that same day or week. And finally, this is key, they come back and share how it went. This cycle makes sure that learning isn't just abstract, it's active, it actually sticks. So what should we even be teaching in these micro sessions? I mean, we can't cover everything at once, right? The key is to laser focus on the absolute non-negotiable skills that build a foundation for success. And it all starts here. I mean, without solid classroom management, no amazing creative lesson plan is ever going to succeed. These are the fundamentals. How to command a room with your voice and presence. How to create silky smooth routines for the start and end of class. And how to deliver consequences that are both firm and empathetic. So, how do you teach this stuff effectively? Simple. Don't just talk about classroom presence, have them practice it. Role play those tough conversations with students. Show them video clips of expert teachers in action. For these foundational skills, doing will always beat just discussing. Next up is lesson planning. But for today's students, this means building every lesson around a really simple, engaging structure. A strong hook to grab attention, a dynamic activity, and then a moment for reflection. It is absolutely crucial to plan for shorter attention spans by weaving in visuals, frequent questions, and chances for kids to get up and move. And of course, we have to talk about technology. Gen Z teachers are super comfortable with tech, but they need training on how to use it with purpose. It's not about the flashiest new app. It's about always asking, does this tool actually serve a learning outcome? Think about using AI to generate discussion questions or draft some initial feedback, tools that save time and actually enhance the lesson. So you've trained them on the essentials. Now what? Well, the ongoing support system you build is what will truly coach, motivate, and ultimately retain your best new teachers. This is the long game. This is probably the biggest philosophical shift of all. We're replacing evaluation with coaching. What does that mean? It means no more stressful once-a-year reviews. Instead, we're putting in quick weekly 10-minute check-ins. And critically, we're shifting our focus away from fixing weaknesses and toward building on their natural strengths. And look, here's a simple formula you can use in those check-ins. You start with a specific positive observation, like, hey, I noticed you used wait time so effectively after that question. Then you explain the impact. This worked because it gave way more students a chance to think. And finally, you set a collaborative goal. Let's try building on that by having them share with a partner first next time. See? It's positive, it's actionable, and it's always looking forward. So why does this coaching model work so well? It's because it taps directly into what motivates Gen Z. They stay when they feel seen, when they can literally see their own growth, and when they're trusted with real ownership of their work. Celebrating the small wins and showing them a clear path forward, these are the absolute keys to retention. Okay, here are some common traps to avoid. Please don't ever say we've always done it this way. Instead, just model the behavior you want to see. Don't compare them to a 20-year veteran teacher. Mentor them patiently. And whatever you do, do not ignore the signs of burnout. Those frequent check-ins, they're your first line of defense.
Feeling a little overwhelmed? Don't be. This whole framework can be launched with a super simple plan. Here's a sample 30-day schedule. Just focus on one core area each week, starting with classroom management and building from there. By week 4, you're just reinforcing it all with reflection and coaching. It's manageable, it's focused, and it builds momentum fast.
Let's just end with this thought. The challenge with mentoring Gen Z isn't about some lack of commitment on their part. It's really a call for us as leaders to provide better, clearer, and more supportive guidance. So I guess the real question is, are you ready to adapt your coaching to meet their needs?
I hope you enjoyed our video. Thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Keep watching Think Wide.